Hello everyone, thank you for watching this week's video. So this week we will talk about chapter 11, Oligopoly. Before we start this new chapter, let me give you a short review. Since the chapter 9, we start to learn the different market structure. We first start to learn the general idea about the market structures, and we learn the most competitive market is called competitive market. And when we have only one firm on the market, we call it monopoly. And when we talk about chapter 10 and 9, and we focus on the monopoly and the competitive market respectively. And you should know the first, what is the characteristic for those two markets. The second, how can they maximize their profit. And we know in the competitive market, the price equal to marginal cost equal to marginal revenue. And the characteristic for competitive market is in the market we have a lot of the companies and they are produced the identical product. And so they have a very low market barrier. And when we move to the chapter 10, and we start to talk about the monopoly. And in monopoly, we notice that there is only one firm on the market, so he can charge a high price. Then we know the profit maximization rule is marginal cost equal to marginal revenue, which is smaller than price. And we know in order to have the monopoly, they should have a very high barrier to block other competitors to join in the market. And also the product are unique. So in this chapter, we are learning oligopoly. So again, we want to know, the first thing you need to know is what is called oligopoly, and also what is characteristic for the oligopoly. And finally, we want to learn how can they maximize their profit if we have the firm located in the oligopoly market. So for this chapter, the key concepts are included. The first, we need to learn what is market power and what kind of thing we can use to measure the market power. And the second is what is concentration ratio and how can we calculate it. And the third we will learn is market share, and which is very important for the oligopoly. And we will focusing on one video to talk about market share. And the fourth is super unique characteristic for the oligopoly. That is, the oligopoly demand curve is kink the demand curve. So we will spend a lot of the time to discuss why the demand curve is a kink the demand curve. And the five we will learn is the decision rule of if you have the oligopoly firm. And the basic rule is if the price reduce and the competitor will always follow. If the price raise, the competitor will not follow. And the sixth point is if the oligopolists want to maximize the profit, how can they do? So they will not compete in price, and we will mention why in this chapter. So in order to win in the market, they always compete on non-price competition, such as the quality. And the last one we want to learn is trying to characterize the oligopoly market. So are you ready? So before we move to the new radio talk about oligopoly, I want you to think about the two companies, Pepsi and Coke. Do you think they are oligopoly?